Good morning, everyone. I'm Meteorologist Ashley Renee, and here's a look at the tropics. Potential Tropical Cyclone 6 became Tropical Storm Francine. This was the update that came in at 10 a.m. Central Time from the National Hurricane Center. So Tropical Storm Francine still has wind speeds of 50 miles per hour and is still continuing to strengthen more so in the Gulf. We can see these very cold cloud tops, which lets us know that deep convective activity is still occurring. That's those shades of pinks that you see right there that lets us know that those are those very cold cloud tops. But again, it still has wind speeds of 50 miles per hour. It's going to continue moving to the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour, just getting a little bit closer to the Texas-Mexico coastlines, but overall it's still going to be staying in the Gulf and making that curve to the right and continuing on a track towards Louisiana. Now, for Tuesday, it should remain as a tropical storm, but it is still expected to strengthen at least by Tuesday night, early Wednesday, into a Category 1 hurricane. And as it continues moving on this north-northeastward track, we could see it making landfall somewhere in the Acadiana region of Louisiana, possibly near Lafayette. Again, this could still change, but this is the projected track that we're seeing as of this time, where it could make landfall somewhere within the Acadiana region in southwest Louisiana sometime Wednesday night. So now moving forward, here's a look at those watches that have been issued. We have a tropical storm watch that's in effect for all of the Texas coast and parts of the Louisiana coast. We see that near the Cameron Parish region, Lake Charles region, and also over parts of East and West Baton Rouge Parish. And this tropical storm watch is in effect until a little bit later this week. At least through Sunday morning is the current expiration time, but tropical storm watch in effect for East and West Baton Rouge Parish, Livingston, Ascension, and also seeing that for St. James Parish, while we have a hurricane watch that's in effect for most of the Acadiana region. We're seeing that for Lafayette, Kaplan, New Iberia, and also down into the Bayou parishes near Morgan City, Houma, Lafourche, Terrebonne, and that hurricane watch is also in effect until early Sunday morning. So within the next day, more so between Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to start experiencing those hurricane force winds, tropical storm force winds, and we'll have higher wind gusts, likely up to at least possibly 60 plus 70 plus miles per hour. Again, that's what's expected more so Wednesday and Thursday as we'll start to have those stronger winds moving in. We also have a flood watch that's in effect for our southwest Louisiana parishes until 7 a.m. Thursday. And this includes, again, all of the southwest Louisiana parishes. Our greater Baton Rouge area is not under a flood watch, but we may see one issued for the greater Baton Rouge area within the next day. So here's the excessive rainfall outlook for Tuesday. Marginal risk for flash flooding, that's a level 1 out of 4. This includes Point Coupee Parish, northern half of Iberville, east and west Baton Rouge Parish, while we have a slight risk for flash flooding. That's a level 2. That's in place for parishes in the greater New Orleans area. Also seeing that for Lafourche, Terrebonne, New Iberia, and Lafayette. So we'll start to have more of that moisture moving in from the Gulf between late this evening into your Tuesday, and we'll start to have rain moving into the area on and off throughout your Tuesday as well, and of course continuing into Wednesday and Thursday. And then between early Wednesday morning and early Thursday morning, we have a higher risk for flash flooding. We have a moderate risk not only covering the greater Baton Rouge area, but basically all of South Louisiana, our southwest Mississippi counties, and most of Louisiana as well. So again, our main day of concern for this week, really two main days of concern, are Wednesday and Thursday, where we'll have heavy rain, more flooding occurring, and also some gustier winds. And of course, if you remember, with all the rain that we received last week, our grounds are still saturated, so that's going to help increase the risk. So our estimated rainfall amounts over these next at least 3 to 5 days, we're looking at about 3 to 6 inches possibly. These are the estimates, but of course, as this system moves on shore, we could see some locally higher amounts. Taking a look at our GFS future track rainfall totals, there are possibly looking at about 7 inches for parts of the western Baton Rouge area and also into parts of Acadiana. We're seeing possibly 7 inches near Baton Rouge, also Point Coupee Parish, West and East Feliciana, New Iberia. So again, this is going to be a big flooding threat for South Louisiana. And of course, we're also still looking at the gusty winds. That's the main things to be concerned with. Of course, with this tropical storm that's on the way, which will likely be making landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. And we have a storm surge watch over all of the coast of Louisiana and also the coast of Mississippi. So here's a look at the National Hurricane Center's peak storm surge. We could possibly have storm surge inundation up to 5 feet, possibly up to 10 feet for most of the Louisiana coast between the Lake Charles area down to about Lafourche, Lower Plaquemines, and also seeing about 2 to 4 feet of storm surge inundation near the Lake Pontchartrain and Lake Maurepas area, just east of Baton Rouge and within New Orleans. And also with this likely being on the east side of this system, unless this system makes another little track to the east, but as of now, Baton Rouge area will be on the east side of this storm as it makes landfall, and that's normally where things are a little bit messier. So we do have a marginal risk for severe weather. We're looking at possibly a threat of isolated tornadoes, and this is for Wednesday, but we'll likely see a threat issued for Thursday as well. So stay up to date with all the things that you need to do to be prepared for this week. Make sure you have enough food and water for you and your pets. Have at least a few days worth of food and water for you and your pets. Have all your medicine ready, your go bag. Also have your first aid kit prepared with all the things that you need in that, and have a battery powered radio, weather radio, so you can stay up to date with any information, new information that you need to know, especially if the power goes out. And also for all your important documents, make sure it's sealed in a Ziploc bag, some type of plastic folder, or some type of plastic container to make sure it doesn't get destroyed by water. So again, make sure your important documents like insurance forms, marriage certificate, birth certificate, special pictures that you love, make sure they're also prepared and protected too. But again, we'll have more updates posted on air and online.